What are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Overboy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 1999 movie Tarzan. The movie is directed by Kevin Lima and Chris Buck, who would later go on to co-direct Frozen and Frozen 2. And this movie follows a human raised by gorillas named Tarzan, who first half of the movie he's trying to get accepted by the leader of the gorilla group, Kerchak, who doesn't really want to accept him as part of their family and stuff. His wife is the one that adopts Tarzan, and he's trying to earn his respect and trust throughout the first half of the movie, and then he meets the humans, which is Jane, her father, Professor Porter, and Clayton, who they're all there to study gorillas. Clayton is like supposed to be their guide and everything, but he's actually just a hunter that's wanting to use them to find gorillas so he can take them and sell them. And everything, and pretty much the rest of the movie is just Tarzan having to decide whether he wants to be with the humans or the gorillas, and then in the end the big climax of him having to stop Clayton from taking the gorillas. This is a really, really good movie. It's one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. It was a really, really big part of my childhood. I saw it in the theaters and everything. It was the one Disney Renaissance movie that I did get to see in the theater that I actually really fully remember, because I did see Lion King in theaters, but I didn't remember it very well because I was so little. But this movie, it was like my second day of school or whatever. We went to see this. I was in kindergarten at the time, and I just absolutely love this movie. And I had all kinds of toys and books and all kinds of stuff from this movie when it came out. I collected all of the toys that McDonald's had, and then I had this swinging Tarzan that for a long, long time I never realized how wrong it looked. Like the way his arm was, you press the button on his back and it makes his arm move back and forth, and if you position it right, it looks like he's jacking off. People have made jokes about it and posted videos of them with their Tarzan making it look like that, and I was like, I never fully understood that joke when I was a kid and everything. My dad even had mentioned it as a kid, that he could understand why, because it caused like a big controversy. He was like, I get why and everything, but I never really caught on until I was an adult. And I don't have that toy anymore, unfortunately, but I did. That was one of my favorite toys as a kid. But I did have all kinds of other Tarzan toys as well. And this was just one of my favorite movies. The animation in here is just absolutely gorgeous. And I had just got this movie on Blu-ray here recently, and I watched it on Blu-ray for the first time tonight, and there were so many things on the Blu-ray that I never caught on in all the times I've watched it over the last 20 years, which has been many, many times. That I didn't catch, like little details in the background, or like when the characters would have scratches and stuff, like from the leopard. Like there's a part where Kala has a scratch on her face after the leopard attacks her when she's saving baby Tarzan, that I never noticed in the before this. And like scratches on Tarzan after he fights Sabor, and yeah, it's just really, really cool little details I didn't notice. And the 2D animation is really, really great. and everything, and it does have a lot of great 3D backdrops and stuff, kind of like how Beauty and the Beast did in the ballroom scene. I thought that was really great, and the voice cast in here are all excellent. Tony Goldwyn is perfect as Tarzan, and Minnie Driver does the voice of Jane, which I never knew that until not too long ago. I was like, wow, that was something I never really knew, because I'd seen Minnie Driver in other movies like About a Boy and Good Will Hunting. So I thought that was kind of interesting, finding out she did the voice of Jane in this movie. And Glenn Close does the voice of Kala, which I did know that as a kid, but I was like, you know, it's really weird, because as a kid I also knew her as Cruella de Vil from the live action 101 Dalmatians, so I thought that was also another really cool thing that, to know that she was in this too, and she was also in the Disney version of South Pacific and everything, and she's another actress that I've always liked quite a bit and everything, and I thought it was cool that she was in Tarzan and everything. But this movie is, like I said, it's been a huge part of my childhood. I've seen it I don't know how many times, and everything. It was the one movie that my brother liked a whole lot, that I liked a whole lot, and I never got tired of it, because he used to want to watch it all the time too and everything. So it was actually one of the ones that we actually agreed on. This one and The Lion King are two that we actually, neither one of us ever really got tired of and everything, that we could actually watch without annoying the other person about it, if that makes sense. I mean, anybody who has siblings knows that and everything. And also the soundtrack in this, Phil Collins did the soundtrack for this movie, and he went all out for this movie, and it has some of the best songs of the Disney Renaissance era, and just some of the best Disney songs of all time. And it's also kind of weird, because the characters aren't really singing the songs. There's only one song in the whole, or, well, technically two, because at the beginning of You'll Be My Heart, Kala sings like the first line of the song, and then the rest of it is Phil Collins in the background. But the songs are mainly played like through montages, like The Son of Man, where we see Tarzan growing up, and then Strangers Like Me when he's spending time with the humans and everything. But like the songs are just really great. They help the story really well, and Phil Collins just did a really great job on this. And the other song that the characters sang was Trash in the Camp, when Turk and Tantor and the other gorillas are trashing Jane's camp. It's really catchy too. It doesn't really have lyrics or anything. It's just pretty much like a doo-wop song from the 50s. It was just really really catchy though. And NSYNC and Phil Collins collaborated on a version that was released as a single as well, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't like their version near as much as I do the one that's actually in the movie. And I just absolutely love Tarzan. It's such a great movie. Like I said, it's still one of my most favorites out of the Disney Renaissance era, and out of Disney animated movies, period. It'd be really high on my ranking when I do, because eventually I will rank all of the Disney animation studio movies together, and when I do, this one's going to be really, really high up. It's just absolutely wonderful movie. I'd say I give it a 10 out of 10. There's not really anything about the movie that I don't like. The pacing is perfect. It's never boring from start to finish. It always flies by really fast. It's only an hour and 28 minutes, and it goes by really fast. But I just absolutely love Tarzan. It's one of the best Disney animated movies of all time, and one of my favorite movies of all time. But so let me know in the comments what you think of Disney's Tarzan. And also wanted to mention the TV show that there was an animated series called The Legend of Tarzan that came out after this movie, and I used to wake up extra early every day before school to watch it and everything. I really miss watching that show. It was a really, really good show and everything. I think it was actually even the best thing that was done as a Disney sequel. because I mean, it wasn't like a movie sequel, which they did make a movie sequel that was, had like 3 unaired episodes of the show put together as a to make a movie, and that one, I think it was called Tarzan and Jane. It's all right. It's not as good as this movie, but it was still all right and everything. But I really miss the show. I really wish that Disney Plus would add it on Disney Plus or something, because I haven't watched that show in years. I would really love to revisit it and everything. I know it wasn't ever as good as the movie, but it was still just a lot of fun and everything. But let me know in the comments what you think of Disney's Tarzan, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.